Hey there friends, welcome back to Chronically Overdressed. It's been a little while since I showed you the first part of my hat collection, and I have acquired new hats since then. So I thought this would be the long-awaited part two of my hat collection. Now, if you haven't seen part one, definitely go back and watch that. I try on 22, I think, hats within my collection. I have since then kind of gone through, and I'm still in the process of doing that, gone through, and I'm going to be selling off some of the hats that I just don't reach for and I don't wear any longer. So I thought, while I was doing that, I thought this would be a good time to kind of show you some of the new hats that I've purchased since then, and also just some of the hats that I didn't show you in the last video. I get questions a lot about how to style your hair with hats, and I did do a video a little while ago showing some of my favorite hairstyles and what styles of hat really work well with those different hairstyles. So definitely check that out. I may do another video in the future of maybe some different hairstyles or very specific to a certain style of hat. But in that video, those are pretty much the types of hairstyles that I tend to wear with the types of hats that I actually love. And also, I have another video that shows you how to secure your hat, how to actually keep your hat on your head. So different tips and tricks, so your hat's not flying off in the wind, or just making sure that it's feeling nice and secure on your head, so you don't actually have to worry about it and be as conscious about wearing a hat. Okay, so like I said, I've gone through some of my hats in my wardrobe, and I'm really starting to understand what style of hats I like to wear. When I first started collecting, I was just kind of like pretty much taking everything that I could. I didn't really understand how hats worked on my head and with my hair, and what styles I felt best suited me. So I kind of amassed this big collection of hats that on paper or on the internet I liked, and I still like the hats. I just find that some of them either aren't the eras that I really tend towards. I was finding a lot more like late 50s, kind of early 60s hats, and that's just not the styles that I choose. So, so yeah, I'm kind of going through this, really looking at the hats that I have and will I wear them? Are they the style that I want? And also my style is evolving, and I'm sure most of you are going through a similar process with the pandemic. I'm realizing more practical and casual vintage, and I'm looking for hats that are more of like the everyday hat. I still want to have a couple of like super fancy, really nice hats for those great occasions that I do get to dress up. But I really want to have more of the kind of low profile, everyday hats that I see in magazines and in movies. So that's really kind of where my focus has been lately with a lot of these new acquisitions. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started with showing you my hat collection. Okay, so as I was pulling all of these hats together, I realized that they're kind of falling into a similar color scheme. So there's lots of greens and blues and browns and like tan neutral colors. So clearly my headspace has been in this more, everyday things that can go well with multiple different outfits. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so this first hat, this is actually a hat that I've had for a really long time, and it is quite old. It has seen better days, definitely. I've got a little bit of a rip here, but this is Chez Mimi, and it's a lovely little kind of straw-ish hat with this beautiful little flower, and just another kind of this, I don't know, darker orange ribbon here. And I really like this hat a lot. I do have to be careful, obviously, because I don't want to rip this any further, but this fits really well, and usually this doesn't stick out too much. So even though it's ripped, it still has a lot of life left to it, and I really like this one. This is a perfect kind of spring and summer hat, and it's really light. That's nice that, you know, it's that I can get airflow so it doesn't make my head hot, which is fantastic. But yes, this is a lovely little hat. This is one of my favorite hats, and I wear it so often. It's this beautiful brown kind of velvety felt. It's really soft, and it has this beautiful little bow with a tiny little I don't know, this little dangly kind of rhinestone bit, and it came with 2 matching hat pins, which is fantastic because I do need to secure this with hat pins. I wear this all the time. This is one of my favorite kind of everyday. It works really well with so many different hairstyles. I can wear my hair down. I can put it back in like a little Gibson roll, and it works great for that. But I really, really love this hat, and it doesn't feel like I have this huge hat on. So it's very comfortable, and you know, sometimes if I'm going someplace that's going to be indoors a lot, I don't like to have a huge hat on, but this one works really, really well, and I just love it. It's so cute, and I love having this very slight kind of fancy detail on a otherwise pretty everyday normal hat. So this hat is a newer acquisition, and I actually haven't worn it out yet, mostly because I feel like I need to do some repair. I'm not really sure what, it looks like something was on here and that either fell off or got ripped off, but it's really a beautiful hat, this beautiful kind of navy blue felt, and then this kind of Kelly green ribbon around it, and I love those colors together. I really like the feathers, but I don't know, there's just, I don't know what happened here, but I'm trying to figure out if maybe I want to put a little bit of like a brooch or something in here, but I want to fix these up before I wear it out, obviously. So here's the tag on the inside, and I think it's, yeah, it's fur felt, Fowlers of Detroit, and then Jean Tit, and it has a price of, I think, $25. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember what I paid for it, to be honest. And it doesn't have a size, which I don't think it really needs one. And then it has this this little kind of hoop in the back that sits just on the back of your head. So you can wear this kind of like a platter hat. I like this hat. It's I like the blue and the green together. That's the main reason that I got it, but hopefully I can figure this out. If you guys have any suggestions on what I can do to either fix these or just kind of put something on there, I would be very, very grateful for any suggestions you have. This is another hat that I've had for quite some time, and I love this. It's really, you know, small and dainty, and it just fits so well on my head. Now, I actually found when I got my first Lane Bryant, my vintage Lane Bryant dress from the 1950s, I was scrolling through one of my catalogs, and I actually found this hat. It doesn't have the Lane Bryant tag or anything on the inside of this hat, but I'm pretty sure it's the same hat, if not incredibly similar. So I know that this is from the 50s, and it has this, you know, little bit of netting here. And yeah, it's just such a cute little dainty hat, and it just fits right on top of your head. You can set it closer to the back, you can set it more up top there, and these little guys just kind of dig right into your head and keep it nice and secure. So this is a newer acquisition. It's a really adorable hat, but what makes it special for me is that it has the NRA code label in there, and that is for the National Recovery Act of 1933. This was set in place by Franklin Roosevelt to help regulate the, you know, fair wages and stimulate the economy during the Great Depression. So anything that was manufactured or made within that code has this little symbol. So so this is a little 1930s kind of jaunty little hat, and I like this because again, it's a little bit sporty. It's definitely a, you know, more everyday type of hat, but it's a great kind of basic color, very neutral. It's going to go with a lot of stuff. I haven't worn this yet. This is a fairly recent acquisition, but I really love it. Here's another hat that has a really interesting label in it. This has the Millinery Stabilization Commission. It says Consumers Protection Label, manufactured under fair labor standards. I believe that this commission was in New York. I think it was pretty much in use during the 30s and 40s. But again, it was just to make sure that the you know, the prices weren't going to go skyrocketing, that they were using fair labor standards, and that the consumers weren't going to be price gouged on any of their items. So we have a beautiful Kelly green fedora with this really dark brown ribbon. Again, it is a perfect kind of everyday hat, and, you know, no major embellishments on it, but and it fits very comfortable. I think this is actually a size, yeah, this is a size 23, so I do have a very large head. Usually I can get away with a 22. There is a little bit of space, so I could definitely wear my hair a little bit bigger with this, but I really like this one. This hat I have had for a little while. This I got in Paris at Chez Poupoule, which sadly is no longer there. It was an amazing little vintage shop in Paris. I do believe she's still selling some stuff online, but her physical shop is no longer there. But this was one of, I think, like, I don't know, one of my last visits to Paris, and I got this little hat, and I really, really like it. It's kind of a, I don't know, like a royal blue. It's not, it's hard to tell in this lighting, but it's a little bit brighter than like a navy blue, and then this blush pink kind of ribbon around, and the edging is really darling. It's such a great, you know, having this blush pink, I feel like I could wear it in the springtime, and it definitely will, you know, kind of help bring out maybe some of the flowers in a dress or a shirt. But yeah, this is a really cute hat. I do have to wear my hair a little bit slicked back because it's kind of small for my head, but I think that kind of is what warrants the kind of hairstyle for this hat anyway. So yeah. So these next few are not vintage, they are reproduction. I have two here from the Heritage Milliner. I have this one here, this beautiful kind of camel felt hat, which I really like. It's larger on, on one side, so when you kind of wear it off to the side here, you've got a little bit more of this saucer in the front here. And these just, I don't even know what these are, kind of leaf looking things here off to the side. And then I have this one also from the Heritage Milliner. This is just a darling kind of little side tilt saucer here with this beautiful rosette. And this is it's a really dark gray and then the pink ribbon. And she's fantastic. I've got a couple of her hats, and she does such a great job. I think she works mostly in felt. I think maybe she has a few straw hats too when during the summer. But she's also really great about, if there's a particular color or style that you want, she will custom make something for you. I'll leave her information in the description below, but I really love all of her hats. They're beautiful, and they're really well made reproductions of vintage style hats. Oh, my hair is frizzing out. Goodness. Okay, so these other two are another reproduction. These are from the Little Shop of Gorgeousness and Fripperies. These are the same style. I just got them one in black and one in green. And for the black one, when I wore it, I realized that I kind of wanted this side to be tacked up a little bit. It didn't come that way, but I really liked having this just kind of flat up. But again, these are felt. They're very easily kind of scrunch downable. And I mean, you can wear them multiple ways. You can wear them straight on. Oh my goodness, there's hair stuck on there. You can wear them straight on like this, kind of a little floppy, hat. You can wear that off to the side, which is what I've done with the black hat, and I just kind of tacked it up because I think I wore my hair with a little bit of curl or something over here. But I'm really loving this kind of slightly fedora-ish, but not with like a huge masculine brim. But these are the types of hats that I'm really kind of leaning towards as my everyday hats. And I would love to get another one of these in more of a neutral kind of tan color, I guess, if she makes them in that color. But I would definitely check out her store. She's got some really great hats, and very fast, very easy to shop from. So I will put her information also in the description for you. But I got my Kelly green and my black. Yay! So now we are coming up on 3 of my favorites. These are the last 3, and I love them. 2 of them I have not had a chance to wear yet, but this one I've worn several times, and again, it's this green, which I'm so excited. I had been searching for green hats for so long, and I couldn't find the right color green, and now I have found several of them, so I'm very excited about that. But I love this hat. This is a beautiful straw hat with this lovely, I think it's black. It could be a really, really dark brown or dark blue, but I think it's black. And I love how it just kind of like layers with the bows, with the green and the black. And it has some of this netting, has this beautiful strap in the back, and this label, it just says New York Creation and size 22. Now I did sew in the hair comb so I could secure it onto my head without it falling off. because as much as I love these straps in the back, I just don't find that they hold very well. So I like to add a little bit more secure method by putting, just kind of sewing in the hair comb wherever you need it, whether it's in the front or the back. But yes, I love this hat. This is gorgeous, and I've worn this several times, and I just love it every single time. And yet another green hat. This one I fairly recently bought at the Reading Air Show up in Reading, Pennsylvania, when I went to the World War II weekend. They have a really great kind of vendor section where they do sell vintage hats and clothing and accessories, kind of intermixed with all of the military stuff. So I was lucky enough to find this hat, and it's this beautiful velvet, green velvet, and has this darling little embellishment here. And I still haven't figured out how I'm going to wear my hair to wear this, but I could wear it kind of as a, farther back on my hair and do something really, elaborate with my bangs, or I could kind of pull it forward and maybe put my hair up in the back this way. I haven't worn this one yet, so just waiting for that fabulous event that I need to go to wear this. So I really like this one though. The color is spectacular, and I really like this little embellishment here. So that's a fun one. Okay, and last but not least, this is really one of my favorites. This is a very recent purchase, and it's a hat that I've been searching for something like this for quite some time. This is, to me, just the quintessential everyday hat that a woman of the late 30s, early 40s would wear, and it just kind of, I feel like it's going to go with so many different things. It's black, and it's very kind of, it feels stretchy. It's straw, but it feels nice and stretchy. And then it has, on one side, it has this kind of cream ribbon, and then on the other side, it's blue. And then, of course, you have all these beautiful millinery flowers across the front. And it's just, I don't know, there's just something about this style of hat that I find incredibly beautiful and simple, and something that I could easily wear, day to day with many different outfits. Well, that is all the hats that I have to show you right now. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'm sure I'll do another part 3 when I acquire more hats. Be sure to check out my other videos to see my full collection, and to check out what kind of hairstyles you can wear with different styles of hats, and also learn how to secure your hats so they stay on your head. Well, thanks again for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye!